Most people do not waste years in some dramatic way. They waste them quietly. That is why it is so dangerous. No breakdown, no one huge mistake that ruins everything. Just slow drift. That is how people lose 5 years, 10 years, sometimes more. Not through disaster, through delay, through routine, through living the same week over and over again, while telling themselves life will change soon. No one wakes up and says, "Let me throw my future away." It never sounds like that. It sounds like, "I'll start when things calm down. I just need more time. Next month will be better. I'm still figuring things out." Those lines sound harmless. That is why they are deadly. They make delays sound reasonable. They make wasted time feel temporary. Meanwhile, life keeps moving. That is the part people forget. Time does not pause while you overthink. Time does not reward intentions. Time reveals what your habits have been building. So if your habits are lazy, distracted, fearful, inconsistent, avoidant, your future will reflect that whether you like it or not. That is where people get caught. They think time is helping them. It is not. Time is exposing them. Exposing the fact that they keep talking more than they act. Exposing the fact that they want change, but stay loyal to the same patterns. Exposing the fact that they keep waiting to feel ready for things that were never going to feel comfortable. That is how years disappear. One postponed decision at a time. One excuse at a time. One comfortable night at a time. That is why wasted years rarely look reckless. They usually look normal. Busy job, same routine, a little stress, a little distraction, a lot of repeated days. Then one day it hits. You look up and realize nothing really changed. Same mindset, same habits, same financial pressure, same frustration, same dream still sitting in your head, untouched. That moment is brutal, not due to one huge failure, through accumulation. That is what crushes people. The weight of all the little times they did not move, the cost of all the promises they made to themselves and broke, the pain of seeing how long they have been circling the same version of life. And the worst part, a lot of people can feel it happening and still do nothing. That is how powerful comfort is. Comfort does not ruin your life in one swing. It softens you. It lowers your urgency. It makes average feel acceptable. It teaches you how to live with things that should be disturbing you. That is a dangerous skill. You can get used to being unhappy. You can get used to being stuck. You can get used to being disappointed in yourself. Humans adapt fast, too fast. Give someone enough repeated frustration, and eventually they stop seeing it as a warning. They start seeing it as life. Now they are not someone who needs to change. They are just tired, just busy, just in a weird moment, just trying to get through this year. But 1 year turns into 3, 3 turns into 7, 7 turns into a life you barely recognize. That is how people waste years without noticing. Not through one terrible choice, through repeated permission. Permission to stay small, permission to avoid the hard thing, permission to keep choosing short-term relief over long-term peace. And let's be honest, a lot of people are not confused. They know what needs to change. They know they need to start. They know the habit is ruining them. They know the job is draining them. They know the dream is being ignored. They know. That is what makes it painful. This is not always a knowledge problem. It is often an action problem, a courage problem, a self-respect problem. That gap between knowing and doing is where entire lives get lost. Awareness without action turns into frustration. Frustration turns into guilt. Guilt turns into avoidance. Avoidance turns into another wasted year. That is the cycle. And most people do not break it early. They break it late, after enough regret, after enough missed chances, after enough pain finally becomes too heavy to ignore. But it does not have to get that far. You do not need a collapse to wake up. Sometimes all it takes is one clear moment, where you stop lying to yourself, where you stop calling drift a moment, where you stop calling procrastination thinking, where you stop calling comfort peace. That moment changes things. The people who stop wasting years are not superhuman. They just stop negotiating with their excuses. They start while it still feels messy. They move while it still feels awkward. They accept that progress often looks boring before it looks impressive. That is how life changes, quietly at first, then all at once. One real decision, one leap, one less excuse, one more promise kept to yourself. So ask yourself this: are you truly stuck? Or have you just been drifting for so long that it feels normal now? Life does not usually get wasted loudly, it gets wasted quietly. And if you're not careful, quiet can steal everything.